Hello, this is Randy Lindsay with Hawkeye Traders. Today I want to have a very crude conversation with you. Crude oil, that is. I want to talk about crude oil and what it's doing. We got a crude oil inventories report coming up today, and I want to show you opportunities that exist and how to trade that. But first, we need to look at the longer term time frames. Daily crude oil, you can see, has been trending down ever since the bombings in Saudi Arabia. They've come down to support, and you can see on the longer term weekly chart that we have a support trend line that it has come down to and tagged. We've just gotten brand new lows, but the lows are still in a upward trend. The highs are in a downward trend. So you can see we have like a consolidation channel, a triangle that's forming that we are looking at. And we are currently at the bottom of that triangle. If you look at the monthly chart, you can see we have the same type of consolidation wedge forming, and then we are pretty much at the low of that. But the daily Fatboy, which is the one I'm particularly interested in, is showing me, based upon the white line, which is crude oil, that we are extremely oversold. And because we are oversold, it's already starting to turn, which means it's building strength. We're starting to see strength come back into the crude oil market. So from that, knowing that we're at the bottom of our channel and we expect it to bounce off and come back at least to the mid-range, then we're looking for a bounce and a return of strength back into crude oil, at least for the next day or possibly even week. Crude oil inventories today come out at 10:30 this morning. Eastern Time US, and it's currently about 7, so about 3.5 hours from now we're expecting to see that. You can already see that price has given us a nice doji bottom. Volume hasn't been buying, but it's not been strong to the downside either, so I don't expect price to continue to go down on this really weak volume. In addition to that, any type of buying that we see trying to come in is just all neutral. So let's look at the intraday chart to see what we can expect from today. You can see that we have already gone into some price appreciation. Looking at the hourly chart with our Hawkeye zones showing active supply and demand, you can see whenever price comes back down into the region of support, our demand zone, you get a marked change in buying activity. And here you can see that the peak volume activity is buying. So that's a change of character, a change in momentum coming in. Here's another peak buying and the demand zone. So that's telling me that price is being strengthened and it's pushing back up. Expectations, I'm looking for price from the 53 area now to get back up into the 54s. If I start to see selling price, so if you see selling in a supply zone, then you know that that's going to be a weakening again. But we see buying, buying, buying in regions of demand, which is pushing the price up. If the oil inventories come out today as expected, lower, then that's going to be a non-event. But if we see numbers which are actually less than the expectation, then we would expect to see prices go up. And so I'm looking at prices based upon the inventories and my humble guess to get back up into the 54 range. Possibly, if it's good, we might break the high of 54.20 and get back up into the 55 range. That would be nice. However, if we return back with weakness, then we would expect it to get back down into the 52 area in this lower demand zone. Currently, we can see the buying volume is definitely coming in from the European session. And so the London session is driving the price of crude oil up. And we are currently in a consolidation range waiting for the US session to open here in about 1 hour. So the overall outlook, I think, is bullish. And I'm looking for price to get back up to 53, even $54. And we'll see how that pans out. To learn more about how we analyze instruments using Hawkeye, come to our free training room. Today it's going to be at 9:30 a.m. this morning. It's every Wednesday at 9:30. Get a copy of our free volume ebook or get a copy of our software at a very, very good introductory trial offer. So thank you for your time and attention. Appreciate it.